Hello guys, many Diablo 3 players share the opinion that the game is currently lacking Endgame. I'm one of them. When I was streaming yesterday, I was discussing with my viewers how the Diablo 3 Endgame could be improved. And actually we came up with a real nice idea. It's called Survive or Die, or simply SoD. So how does this work? SoD takes place in an arena. The difference to WoW Arena or Diablo Arena is that you are not going to fight other players, but monsters. One SoD game consists of 12 rounds. In the first round, you meet relatively easy monsters, for example, Act 2 Inferno monsters. In SoD, monsters keep spawning. For example, every 5 seconds a new wave of monsters comes and attacks you. You have to keep fighting them, or otherwise there will be too many for you to handle and you will die. After a specific time, for example 3 minutes, the next round begins. The monsters will be stronger now, for example early Act 3 monsters. The higher rounds are supposed to be much more difficult than Act 3 and Act 4 currently are. To make it more interesting, every 3 rounds a boss would spawn. That would give you even more trouble. So what's the reason of playing this mode? There would be a score and a ranking. For each monster that you kill, you get a score. For bosses, you get high amount of scores. The score resets after each game. Then there would finally be something to do in Diablo 3. You want to beat your SoD scores, you want to progress to higher rounds, and you also want to improve your gear for that. SoD should be able to be completed solo and as a group. To make it even more interesting, a multiplayer mode could be enabled. For example, if you play with a 4-player group, you would be able to challenge other groups or just randomly queue and get matched with 4 other player groups. While you are playing, you would see your score and the score of the other team. I've already seen this gameplay type implemented in other games, for example Priston Tale, a Korean MMO which is now over 11 years old. And if Korean gamers play this type, it must be good, right? I'm gonna show you quickly how a similar system worked there, so you get a better understanding of this idea. Okay, so here you can see round 7 just starts. The 4 players are waiting for the first mobs to spawn. You see it's like an arena here. Doesn't need to be anything special, just a normal place. And there you go. The monsters spawn, keep spawning, you have to fight them off. And you kinda need like a nice mix of offense and defense. Like you need to have nice offense to kill them quickly and get high score, but also defense to survive them. And just battle them. Team play is also required if you play with 4 people and the mobs have more HP. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Then here you can see the end of a round. If a round ends, all the remaining mobs of this current round die off, like you can see them all now disappearing, and then the next round begins with even stronger mobs. As I said, for example, you could start with Act 2 mobs, then Act 3 mobs, then Act 4 mobs, and then maybe even stronger mobs that aren't in the game yet. Here you can also see a boss, like this very big guy with the sword, and yeah, you just keep fighting, clearing them off and stuff. For example, if you get overwhelmed by mobs, maybe it would be a nice strategy to get in a corner and try to kill them from there. Who knows? And here's the end of the round, or this SoD game. As you can see on the top, you see your score, and then you also get a screen if you won it, or what your best score is that can be improved the next time. So yeah, that was the gameplay bit. Yeah, this is just the basic idea of the gameplay type. For example, you could add something like seals on the ground, and if you activate them, something happens. E.g. a goblin could spawn that lasts 10 seconds and gives many points. However, you would have to take risks to kill him, and it might not always be the best choice. In my opinion, this is a very interesting gameplay type and could help for the longevity of the game. It's very dynamic and you can make it as hard as possible. If you find the idea interesting, feel free to share it on forums or your friends. If the responses are positive, my goal is that Blizzard gets to see this and think about it as a possible way to improve the endgame experience. Thanks for watching and see you guys tomorrow.